Empathy. Empathy is said to be an ability to experience another person's state of mind, another person's feelings, another person's emotions. You look at somebody and you empathize with them. Supposedly you're experiencing what they're going through. I think it's more that we project ourselves into the external world. We see an individual that's in a state, and we identify, we project what we have within ourselves, and we paint them with those thoughts, with our feelings, with that state of mind. That's what we would have experienced if we were in that situation, if we were experiencing what we believe the other individual is experiencing. We project or we empathize all the time, but only particular instances of it are memorable, because it's more important to us to see these particular things. For example, you can look into a crowd and you'll focus on a particular face. Why, out of hundreds of faces, do you pick one? Because your mind searches for that. Your mind is looking for that face. You empathize, you project. Can you empathize with pure love? Pure love to me is love without reservation. It means it doesn't increase or decrease in intensity, in purity. Pure love. I'm speaking of pure love. And it has no conditions, no desires, no wants. There are moments when I can experience that moment. And when I do, I am as free as I ever have been. I know I don't experience the purest sense because I'm aware of myself experiencing it. But it is the most free moment I can ever experience, or have ever experienced to date, whenever I can achieve or come as close to that concept. Nor have I have never met anyone that has achieved that, nor have I experienced that from anyone. And yet, we are the recipients of pure love. It allows us to be. It allows us to be without even considering ourselves to be a part of it. I enjoy, or don't really enjoy, listening to these religious teachers that make God out to be some human projection of themselves, and they say God wants us to love it. And that's not true. For God wants nothing. It desires nothing. It is perfect, pure, complete. And if it were to want something, what could resist it? For it is all powerful, all knowing, and everywhere. Can you empathize with that? Now that's a challenge. Now most people want to see the world as two. You and it, me and it and me. They don't want to identify with their projections. They prefer to keep them outside of themselves. It's easy to think about negative aspects of ourselves if we project them into others. And we stay safe and apart from them. But we see them clearly in others, don't we? Well, the world is really, existence is really only one. There is no others. There is no God, and this is not God. It cannot be. For if it was true, then God would not be omnipresent. For God, to be God, must always be present, everywhere, completely, without reservation, without magnification, without lesser or greater. Now, most preachers fall short. Most preachers project themselves into what they believe God to be. Can we empathize with God? Of course. Though we shouldn't project it outside of ourselves. We should see it for what it is. We should see it within ourselves. We should be it. Loving, without reservation and without conditions.